What's going on, guys? Welcome to NFL Championship Weekend. Another late video. Just running out here to do some prop bets. Also repping the old school St. Louis Rams logo. Last weekend, what a weekend. That's probably the best divisional weekend I've ever seen. All four games went down to the last play. We went 2-2 in the bets last week, and honestly, it was clear the only right side of all the games last week were the Rams and Bucks. The Rams were the clear right side. The Titans and Bengals, who knows who the right side of that game was. Cincinnati getting sacked 9 times, scoring 1 touchdown and winning is absurd. Tennessee just played awful. The Green Bay San Francisco game. We had San Francisco, but that game could have went either way. The Packers were covering for most of that game, up by 7, and the Niners special teams came through with a blocked field goal, block punt, touchdown. But the reality is you can't handicap for special teams. That's more or less a lot of randomness and luck. So again, that one could have went either way. And then obviously we had Buffalo, the Buffalo Kansas City game. What a game. Could have went either way. Buffalo, at the end of the game, they should have won. 13 seconds left. It was no doubt a coaching error on Buffalo. 1, to not squib kick it. And then 2, on defense, they were playing a prevent D. The safeties were sitting 45 yards back. And you just can't do that. It wasn't the right scheme at all for their defense. If you're Kansas City, A, had 3 timeouts left. B, they weren't trying to score a touchdown. If the Chiefs had no timeouts or only had 1 timeout and they needed a touchdown, sit 45 yards back, protect the sidelines, give up everything underneath, that's fine. But they needed a field goal and they had 3 timeouts. So when you're giving up 25-yard play, 20-yard play to Hill and Kelsey, timeout, kick a field goal, I just don't get what the defense was doing for Buffalo. Complete mental error and bad coaching there. Buffalo, the team with the ball last should have won. And with 13 seconds left, it should have been over at that point. Coin flip game, really. And it literally did come down to a coin flip. So all in all, these games, like I said last week, it can go either way. I know for sure the only right side of all those 4 games last week were the Rams, were clear right side. Tampa Bay had no business being in that game. 4 fumbles will keep you around. The Rams have to tighten up this week in order to come through because they can't turn over the ball like that again and expect to win. So, 6-4 against the spread in the playoffs, could be better for sure. But all in all, it was a kind of a grinded out year. Last year, 54-30 guys. This year, 41-34. So not as good. 75 plays this year, 84 last year. I don't know. I'm not betting these games. I'll give you my opinions on the championship games, but it was a grinded out type of year. Still, we're able to hit 55%, which is not bad. I like to do a bit better than that. But over the course of the last 2 years, I'm 95 and 64. 95 and 64 in the last 2 years, which is against a spread, which is at sitting at 60%. So I'll take it. It was not as good as last year, but still a positive year, still a grinded out type of year. And we had some really good weeks. But unlucky on a lot of sides this year that we could have probably won and got pretty unlucky with, but whatever. Championship week, guys. Today's more props, and that's what last week I did props with a couple of my buddies. We went 5-1 in our prop bets. We're gonna do a bunch of props again for today's games. I'm not gonna go through those ones. Just have fun with it. But in terms of the sides in this game, I don't know. Bengals and Chiefs. Like I said, the Bengals don't really deserve to be in this game. Again, sacked 9 times last week, scored 1 touchdown. They probably could have lost that Raider game as well. But they're here. I think the right side probably is just take the Chiefs in teasers. If you have 7.5, I think Cincinnati at 7.5 is the right play. I think that's the right play. However, this game, for whatever reason, I have this feeling where the Chiefs are going to beat up on Cincinnati. I feel like they can blow them out. So if I were to play this game, Chiefs in a teaser, Cincinnati plus 7.5, I guess, but not a comfortable bet. I think the Chiefs definitely can roll. This is just a fun prop type of game. I do lean the under 54.5 in the game. Niners and Rams, 3.5 points. I do like the Rams to cover. I'm not biased at all. But yeah, I think they haven't beaten the Niners in 3 years. They've lost 6 in a row to them. San Francisco does match up well against them. They beat them both times this season, obviously, but I think the Rams here, they're the better team. I don't know how, like, Jimmy G eventually, the horseshoe will run out of luck. So, I mean, the Niners, of course, can win this game, but I think you take the point spread and throw it out. At 3.5, just pick the winner, because if the Rams win this game, I think they cover, honestly, easily. And if they don't cover, I think San Francisco will just win this game outright. So you can take San Francisco on the money line, or just take the Rams at minus 3.5. That's what I would do. I'm obviously going to be betting the Rams. I would be betting the Rams at minus 3.5. I just think they're too much for San Francisco. San Francisco is going to have to run the ball, not turn over the ball, play really good defense. We know what they have to do to win, and get Debo involved, obviously. But they can only win, a couple of different ways. The Rams can beat you so many different ways. Give me the Rams in that game. But again, for those other reasons I mentioned, you can take San Fran if you want on the money line. I just don't see them winning. I would love to see a Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl. It would be a great matchup. Old Battle of Missouri back when they were in St. Louis. But we'll see what happens. Like, subscribe, comment on the videos, guys. It was a good year. And, we just want to keep this going, finishing out this year strong and then into next year. So good luck, conference championship weekend.